You got legal fees. You got to understand, you have to dedicate, you could probably speak to this as well as me, at least 10% budget a year to legal expenses. At least. We're getting class action lawsuits out of California. You ever see those Prop 65 warnings? Those aren't because it's literally, it's on everything. It's on furniture. Right. It's on, and the reason you have to put it is because if you don't, even if you have passable levels, they'll sue you anyway.
Now here's the best part. Let's say you end up selling, it's $1 to make the bar. You've got to cover insurance, legal, all of these things. So you're like, we're going to do $2, and that's going to give us...
$2 is fair, yes.
$2 is fair, and that's going to put 10 cents per bar profit. Profit.
Yes.
Then you sell a $2 million package, and with that profit, you get all these protesters being like, how much money did he made 5% return on all those bars sold. And what people don't realize, how much of that profit has to go into the bank to actually sustain the business's operating costs. Outside of the cost of producing, you have to have, I would say, you want 6 months to a year of operating minimum available. So you make a profit, and you're like, now with this profit, I'm putting it in the bank. Because if you are running on, let's say your business, let's say Microsoft or something, they go, or no, Amazon. Amazon made $5 billion last year. Okay, how many warehouses do they have? How many employees do they have? And what's their monthly operating cost? Let's say their monthly operating cost is $300 to $500 million. And that's what they spend outright every month to maintain the entire infrastructure. They can't have zero in their bank and live paycheck to paycheck. They make $5 billion. They say, we're going to keep $3 billion in the bank as cash on hand so that if we get a downturn 1 month and our revenue dips below our fixed operating costs, we don't go out of business. Then you get these Democrats being like, they made $5 billion in profit. We should tax them on it. And they're like, okay, now we're down to now we're down to $3 billion. So we've got just shy of a year emergency operating costs. We're hitting a recession. We are not going to be able to cover our fixed operating costs. Layoffs. Now we're going to lay off 10% of our workforce.
And they already do.
Yep.
If you have an S Corp, they tax you on inventory. So if I pay myself, and this might be a real thing that happened, if I had a decent year where I'm able to scale, grow, and launch new products next year, let's say I pay myself $50,000, yet I have inventory. I might get a tax bill for $200,000 to $300,000 personally, because in S Corps, you're taxed both on the business and personally.
Yeah.
This is the worst. I don't know how other countries are, but it is almost impossible to run a business and to scale, and 94% of businesses fail. The government wants you to fail
because they want Amazon and Walmart to succeed.
Bingo.
Actually, I think Milo was talking about this in the culture war, basically saying that entrenched bureaucracy makes it impossible for small businesses and the individual to navigate the legal system. Walmart likes it when new regulations get in. Facebook likes it when new regulation gets in because they have the billions that they can spend on legal to navigate this, and the small guy can't compete. So it basically locks them in and boots everybody else out.
That's why what we've been saying, it's easy to hear Amazon, this and that. That's why, I'll unabashedly say on X, I'm like, hey, support tigerfitness.com. Like, it's friggin' tough out there. We're going up against Amazon. We're trying our best, but at the end of the day, the system is working against small businesses. So if you want to build this parallel economy we're talking about, invest in what you're doing, your coffee shops, your coffee, everything Tim sells. Everybody who comes on here who you think is cool, who you agree with, support them, buy their books. Because at the end of the day, man, by percentages, just by percentages, only 6% of us are going to make it. So we need to support each other. That's what it comes down to, because the system is rigged.